Nigerian separatist leader loses court case in London. This one is coming from Al Jazeera News. Al Jazeera has commented on the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This is to show you how far the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going. You need to understand that the issue that concerns Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, MNK, Ohamadike one of Ndiwo, is not only on in Nigeria. It is happening all over the world. Meanwhile, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this wonderful channel. If this is your first time of joining us on this channel, just hit the subscription button, the like button, share button, and also on your notification button so that whenever our news enter, you will be the first to collect it. MNK is a global figure, and I think Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is known all over the world, and people know what he stands for and what he is fighting for and what this fight is for. And of course, the government and everybody knows the truth. It's just that when it comes to government and the law court, there is always logic. The best logical person is who wants the case. So let's look at what Al Jazeera is saying on the case that concerns Nnamdi Kanu. This one is coming from Al Jazeera News. Nnamdi Kanu's family argued in court that he was a victim of extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria in June 2021. Indigenous people of Biafra leader Kanu, seen as the Federal High Court in Abuja, is fighting for his release from Nigerian detention. Jailed Biafran leader Nnamdi Kanu's family lost a legal challenge against the British government in London court regarding his detention in Nigeria. Kanu's brother Kingsley Kanu had brought a judicial review against British Foreign Office over its alleged refusal to acknowledge that Nnamdi Kanu, who holds Nigerian and British citizenship, was the victim of extraordinary renditioning from Kenya to Nigeria in June 2021. Kingsley Kanu's lawyer argued that the Foreign Office should reach a judgment about whether his brother was a victim of extraordinary rendition so it could properly assess how to assist the family. Judge Jonathan Swift dismissed the case on Thursday, saying the Foreign Office decision not to express firm view about Nnamdi Kanu's treatment, either privately or publicly, was a matter of the government. However, the judge added that the British government approach will also now be informed by a ruling from Nigeria's Court of Appeal on October 13th that found that Nnamdi Kanu had been unlawfully abducted and sent to Nigeria. Nigeria's Court of Appeal also dropped 7 charges against Nnamdi Kanu, who remains in detention pending an appeal against that decision by the Nigerian government. British Foreign Office and Kingsley Kanu's lawyer did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. Nnamdi Kanu founded the indigenous people of Biafra to press for the cessation of the Igbo ethnic group's homeland, which covers part of southeastern Nigeria. Authorities view IPOB as a terrorist group and banned it in 2017. IPOB says it wants to achieve independence through non-violent means. It has authorized sit-at-home orders on Monday since July 2021, which have crippled small businesses in the region. A splinter faction established a paramilitary wing, the Eastern Security Network, which has been accused of human violations, abduction, and violent attacks on offices of Nigeria Electoral Commission. The region tried to secede from Nigeria in 1967 under the name of the Republic of Biafra, triggering a 3-year civil war in which more than 1 million people died, mostly from starvation. So look at this comment is actually coming from Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera News was the one that carried this news. But of course, you know that MNK has been in the DSS detention for close to, it is now getting to 2 years since MNK has been in the DSS detention, and recently, Mazi Emma Powerful has encouraged business people to continue with their business. That whosoever that is declaring sit at home in the southeastern part of Nigeria is an enemy of Biafra. This is what Maz Emma Powerful has said, and he has said this couple of times. Let's go down to this one. Nigerian police discovers severed head of missing legislature. This one is happening in Nigeria. They have found the head of a missing legislature. Of course, you know that Nigerian politics has become a place of cat and dog fight. Let's go down to the news. Police in Nigeria have discovered the severed head of a state legislature who went missing last week in southeast state of Anambra, where the government accused separatists of carrying out a spet killing and kidnapping. The banned indigenous people of Biafra group has been leading calls for the secession of the region, the homeland of Igbo ethnic group, from the rest of Nigeria. Its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is being charged with terrorism and treason by the federal government. This one is also coming from Al Jazeera News again. Unknown gunmen attack 2 police stations in southeast Nigeria. Gunmen using dynamite have attacked the police station in southeastern Nigeria a day after 2 police officers were killed in another attack in Nigeria, police said. Sunday's attack in the state of Imo were the last violence in the region, where the separatist violence is on the rise. The gunmen came with dynamite in the early hours of today and bombed part of the station at Oru, but the assault was repelled, State Police spokesperson Michael Abatan told AFP. He said 4 of the attackers were killed, 4 of the gunmen were neutralized, and 5 IED improvised explosive devices were recovered. Abatam has said on Saturday that a number of gunmen armed with explosive attacked Omogoma police station outside Owerri, the state capital, leaving the 2 police constables dead. He said some gunmen also invaded the residence of Professor George Obiozo, leader of Igbo Cultural Union Ohaneze, and destroyed part of the building with explosive. Obiozo was not at home at the time of the attack, he said. We are on the trail of the attackers with a view to bringing them to justice, he said. President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday condemned the attacks while pledging to end the lingering violence in the region. He extends sympathies to the police authorities over the losses of men and materials, and to Professor Obiozo, who he urged to maintain his commitment to the peace and oneness of the Federation against these odds. Buhari's office said in a statement, Southeast Nigeria has seen a surge in violence, with more than 130 police and other security personnel killed by gunmen since last year, according to local media tallies. Authorities have blamed attacks on either the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra movement, which is campaign for separatist state for the ethnic Igbo people, or its arm wing, the Eastern Security Network. The group has denied responsibility for the violence. The government has also been accused of high-handedness and extrajudicial killing by right groups like Amnesty International. Separatist movements in Nigeria are particularly sensitive after a 1967 unilateral declaration of an independent Biafra Republic by a dissident Igbo army officer sparked a 30-month civil war. More than 1 million people died, most of them Igbos, from the impact of the conflict, hunger, and disease. This is coming from Al Jazeera, and I believe that this is what they feel that is happening. And I think if the news have to get what is actually happening in the southeastern part of Nigeria right, they have to come down and not tapping from the local news media, they have to come down in order to examine and see what is actually happening in the southeastern part of Nigeria. And if this is your first time of joining us on this channel, just hit the subscription button, the like button, share button, and also on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you'll be the first to collect it. God bless you for listening.